Hey friends, this is Tom here from Scunthorpe Baptist Church, soon to be Connect Church, and this is our first very quick demo of some features of my ChurchSuite. And today we're just going to start with how to log in from the moment you get your invitation email. Just a quick reminder, ChurchSuite is a tool that we are introducing in the life of the church as we become Connect Church for two main purposes. One, it really helps us to connect with those who are already part of our church and to get them involved in Connect groups, to help them see what events are coming up, for people to be able to listen to latest podcasts, see prayer lists, share praise reports and testimonies. Great tool for us to be able to do lots of things together, all in one place. But secondly, we really think it's going to help us in our vision to make disciples and to build the kingdom and to see multiplication happen in our groups and in our ministries and ultimately in our church. So that is why we are doing this. But the beginning bit is you receiving your invitation to my ChurchSuite, which is the member-facing side of things, and you being able to get logged in. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share my computer screen, which is in front of me, with you. So hopefully in a second you will see it. And the first thing you will see is an email that I have sent to myself, giving me an invitation to ChurchSuite. And this is, I've sent it to a second email address I've got, so we can do the process completely. You'll get this exact same email. I'd encourage you to read it through and just familiarize yourself with everything that it says, but it will include this black button, this link here, which says go to my ChurchSuite. So we're gonna click on that, and it'll open up automatically this new web page. And because of the link, it knows which church you're trying to join, and it will know your details. Obviously, that will be your name. Tom Example is just the fake name I've put in, and it'll ask you to create a password. So I'm going to do that now. It'll ask you to make sure it matches the criteria: 8 characters long, 1 uppercase letter, 1 lowercase letter, 1 number, and it'll ask you to put them in again to make sure that they match, which I've just done the first time, which is good. I can click next, and that will automatically log me in for the very first time as that person into my ChurchSuite. And now what I see in my ChurchSuite is designed and tailored specifically to the person, which in this case is Tom Example, this fake account that I've created. So that is how you log in to my ChurchSuite for the very first time. Hey friends, Tom here again with our second demo about my ChurchSuite. So the first one was you receiving your invitation email, clicking that link and setting your password and logging in for the very first time. But in the future, every time you want to go into ChurchSuite, you won't get an invitation email. So how will you log in the future? So I'm going to take just a couple of minutes now to walk through each step, nice and steady, so we can all see how to log in to my ChurchSuite. Now, right at the end, I'm going to give a kind of shortcut for those who are more confident with IT and these kind of things. But for now, we're going to go through it nice and steady. That will be something that everybody can follow. I'm doing this on my computer. So if you're doing this on an app, it will be slightly different. We'll do demos for that later on. But for now, let me share my computer screen with you so you can see what I can see. And I've opened up on my computer just a normal browser. So here, just normal Google. And I'm going to go to the website, ChurchSuite.com. You don't have to be able to type as fast as me or anything like that. But we'll go to ChurchSuite and it will take us to the normal front page of their website, which is the same for every person. And in the top right corner here, we can see this login button. So we want to click on that so that we can log into our section of ChurchSuite. And the first thing they need to know from us is what church we are trying to log into. And so we need to type in what church we are. Now, obviously, this is set up for Connect Church. So if you type Scunthorpe Baptist Church, it won't find that church. You need to look for Connect Church. If we type in Connect Church, it will bring up 3 options here. You can see there's actually 3 churches that are using the word Connect somewhere in their name at the moment in ChurchSuite. Top one there is Connect Church UK, which is in Birmingham. King's Church London, which they've called King's Connect, is their account. And this bottom one is us, Connect Church. Now, the crucial thing you might notice here is that this little bit underneath is what's called our handle. That's consistent for everything we do on ChurchSuite. So we are Connect is kind of like our username as a church. So that's the account we want to click on. And then it'll ask us to, just like it did with the invitation, start putting in our details. Now, I've created a kind of fake account with a second email address. So I've put my email address in. I'm going to click next. It'll ask me which section I want to log into. Now, for most of you, it will just say your name there and then my ChurchSuite. The reason why I asked us for this is that for some people, there'll be other areas they can log into, some admin areas, management areas, these kind of things. But for most of us, we just click on this, my ChurchSuite bit, and it asks us to put in our password. Now, the saved password is for my main account. So let me put in my second email for this kind of example account I've created. I click login, and there I am, logged in again without the link in the email. So I went to churchsuite.com, clicked login, chose We Are Connect or Connect Church as the church that I want to log into, put in my email address, put in my password, and here I am into my ChurchSuite. I mentioned at the beginning that I was going to show you a very quick shortcut. So let me just do that now. For those of you who feel more confident in doing this, let me log out just so we can recreate the same environment. So I'll go back to the main screen. Now, we can cut out those earlier steps by going to this website, weareconnect.churchsuite.com. If we go to that page, it cuts out those first steps and takes us straight to the email and password section. So here I can put in my email again. I can type it correctly, click next. Same thing, this is the section that I want to join into. Put my password in again. And there I am, straight into my section again. So using this website, weareconnect.churchsuite.com, just takes out those first couple of steps if you're confident enough to do it that way. So hopefully that's helped you all get logged in, and hopefully now you are into ChurchSuite so we can start doing our demos on things that you can do when you are logged in. Hey friends, Tom here again with our third demo for my ChurchSuite. So the first one was how you should activate your account when you receive your invitation email. And then the second one was how you can log in, keep logging into your account and seeing your version of my ChurchSuite, bespoke and tailored for you. So this one, we're going to look at how you can update your details and keep them up to date in ChurchSuite. So let me share my screen with you again. And hopefully this is now a little bit more of a familiar page. It's just this home page. Remember, I've created a kind of fake account using the name Tom example to do these demonstrations. So if I go to my details, this tab here on the left-hand side, it shows that the information held about me in this fake account on the database is very empty. It's got my name and my email address, and that is all. So I could customize this detail section, and it will update it in every area of my ChurchSuite. So I could click here and add a photo of myself, which we'd encourage you to do. And I can update my details, put in my sex, my date of birth, all the usual things. I'll put it in so you can all see when my birthday is. You can all buy me a present next year, 10th of May, 1989. And I can add, we can add questions down here that you can customize. So I would like to receive Bible readings. We can save those details. So it's really important that you do that so that all of your data is up to date. Now, you can see there's these four kind of tabs here. So the second of those tabs is the login area. This is where hopefully it will match the email address that you have just created through your invitation, but also your password. And if you want to change your password at any time, that's where you can do that. We have this privacy tab as well, which is really important. Privacy tab allows you to determine who can see your information and what information is available to others in ChurchSuite. So at the moment, the default here for mine is ticked that people can see my address, my phone number, and my email address, but I can untick any of those that I want if I'm not happy for other people to see my account. I can also delete my account if I want to. I would encourage you not to do that without speaking to us first. So you can customize that as much as you like. For those of you who are part of Connect Church, just let me make this clear that this data is only visible at the moment to you or anybody else who is a member. Now you'll notice on the left-hand side here that one of the tabs that is missing on my account is one that's called Search for Others. Some of you may have a tab that in this area called Search for Others. What that means is that you're a member of Connect Church and that you are able to search for other people's data who are part of Connect Church. Now, you will only be able to find the data that they have said that they are happy to be visible to you. Now, this fake account that I have just created for Tom example is not a church member. Therefore, that section is not available to him. So as you can see, I'm unable to see anybody else's information apart from my own. This final tab is communication and just says what things I'm happy to receive. Again, for some people, this will also have rota emails if you are part of Teams, so you can customize those as you wish. You can keep the My Details section up to date, and that will really help keep ChurchSuite working really well for you and for others. Hey friends, Tom here again with another My ChurchSuite demo. This time I'm using my phone to show you how you can download the ChurchSuite app and log in on your phone or tablet device. So let me share my phone screen with you now and we can get started. So you're going to want to go to the App Store or the Google Play Drive on your device, whichever is relevant for your product. And we're going to search in the App Store for ChurchSuite. And it will find the app as required. And we can download the app. It might say get for you, but because I downloaded it before, it gives me that download option there. So I'm going to click on the option to download. And in just a second or two, it will download that app to my device. And it will allow me to open that app onto my phone. So we're going to click open, which will open up the app, ChurchSuite. And it's going to ask me to set a PIN as a new user. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. In case you're wondering, that's not my normal PIN. Then it's going to ask us to put in our login details. So first of all, we need to tell it which church we are. Easiest way to do that is to type in "We Are Connect," and it will highlight us as Connect Church. Then you need to put in your details, the same as you have done through the invite email and to log in on a browser. Put in your username and your password, and it will log you in. Once you are logged in, you will see this welcome page, the home page, that looks relatively similar to it would on the browser. The key difference being that the menu is not down the left-hand side, but instead is up in the top right corner. By clicking on that menu, it gives you the different options, and you can go through the different sections of My ChurchSuite using the menu up in the top right corner. So we can go to My Details like that, or we can jump down to the latest podcasts and listen to the latest talks as and when we want to. We can use that menu to scroll around the different areas. So that is how you use ChurchSuite in the app on either your phone or your tablet device. Hey friends, Tom here again with another update in our demonstrations of how to use My ChurchSuite. So hopefully at this point, if you've watched the previous demos, you are logged in and you maybe even logged in on a phone or a tablet now, which is great. And hopefully you've been able to update your details as well in our database. So now we're going to have the chance to look briefly at some of the features of My ChurchSuite. So we're going to start now by sharing my screen with you again. And we're going to look at the first feature, the first tab in our menu, which is My Communication. So you can see here on a browser on the left-hand side here, we have a menu, which is all the different areas, different tabs of My ChurchSuite. If you're using a tablet or a phone, that menu, there's a button in the top right corner that says menu. You can click that and it'll open up the same menu that you can see here for me. Now this menu will be different for different people depending on what tabs we make available to them, depending on their role or preferences within the church. But this is my account right now with all of the available tabs. So we're going to use the first one, which is My Communication. It's worth noting that this is the home page for My ChurchSuite, and down here in the bottom right-hand corner, you can see there is a kind of summary of our most recent communications, which is always quite handy just to have a kind of a summary there in the corner. But we're going to click on this My Communication tab, and it's relatively self-explanatory. In this tab is a collection and a summary of all of the communications that are specific to you and your account from ChurchSuite. These could be communications sent by your Connect group leader, by the person who leads the team that you are on and your rotas. It could be information about upcoming events or events that you've signed up for. And it could just be general communications from the church. And all of those will be listed in one place. Something that we're really wanting to make the most of with ChurchSuite is trying to get everything in the life of the church in one place to make it as easy as possible for you. So all of your communications will begin to appear. The more and more we use ChurchSuite, the more they'll appear in here. You can see here, for example, we have the emails that were sent out to everyone, inviting them to ChurchSuite. That can be found there. And maybe we can send emails like this one. This is just an example one that I've just sent myself quickly before this demo. Please see attached the summary of our prayer reflections from May, which we did as a church. You can click that link and open it straight up from my ChurchSuite. And that will open on your phone, tablet, or your PC. And you can then do whatever you want with that email. So the idea is that moving forward, all of your communications from church will be in one place, making it nice and easy for you to find them and keep on top of them. Well, hello friends, Tom here again for another demonstration of some of the features we can find in my ChurchSuite. Now, we are filming these demos during lockdown, during COVID-19, and we are filming them while we're kind of in the process of setting up ChurchSuite. So we're now going to look at the next feature. So I'm going to share my screen with you again, which is my events. And with that context I've just shared, you'll know that our events are currently, most of them cancelled or postponed. And so we've put into the events on ChurchSuite some just kind of temporary events or some demo events just to help us see how it works. So we're back in our home screen. Hopefully you're becoming familiar with this home screen now. And we're here on our menu down the left-hand side. And we're going to click on My Events. Now, what this means in My Events is it'll list any events that you are currently signed up for, so you can keep a log of the details or tickets or anything like that. Here are some what's called featured events. These are events that we as the kind of administrators of ChurchSuite can set as important events that we want you to notice and see. So they're not necessarily the next 3 events, but 3 events that we particularly want to highlight coming up in the life of the church. And then here we have a calendar of events, a quite standard calendar. You can flick through the different months to see events that are coming up. And you'll be able to see here, there are dates that have got a circle around them. That means there's an event on that date. You can click on that date and it will show you everything happening on that day. And here on the right-hand side, we have a kind of directory of all the events, and you can search in there if you want to. If you search for church, it will show you all the church at home events happening during lockdown that are still scheduled to come. So there's all the different events. Here you can see there's a demo event I've set up in the top right corner here, one of the featured events, which we've scheduled to happen on Friday, the 10th of July, 7 till 9 at the church building. That event isn't going to happen. This is just a temporary event for us to show you what to do. We're going to go and click on that event and find out more of the information. So once again, it gives us a summary of the details that we just saw on the main page. Helpfully gives us a map this time of where that event is happening, which as we become a church in multiple locations is going to be really helpful for us. Here we have a summary of the details of the event, and at the moment it just says this is a fake event for us to do a demo, but we can put any details we like in there, including who the organizer of the events are. If you need to speak to them directly, you can put their contact details in there. And here you can see we have this button where we can sign up for this event. So I'm going to click that now and give you a quick demonstration of how we can sign up for an event. And this process is pretty much exactly the same in the phone and tablet apps as well. So we've gone to this event page. We can share this event on Facebook and Twitter and add it to our calendar if we want to. But we also have this kind of summary of the event. And as we scroll down, it gives us the option to sign up. And you'll see because I'm logged into my account, it's already filled in my details and put in my mobile and my email address, which is great. It gives me the option to add any notes. So I can communicate with the person organizing this event. If I need to let them know anything or ask them any questions, I can do that right in there. Also, the organizer of the event is able to set some custom questions based on that particular event. So they can ask one that doesn't require answering, but is there if they want to. So does this, do you have any allergies or dietary requirements? Could be a helpful question if there's going to be food or refreshments at this event. Or they can ask a required question like this one here, which as I'm filming this, the football is returning this week. So the crucial question, do you think Liverpool will win the league? And the person can choose yes, absolutely, or can't wait. I'm going to go ahead and click can't wait because I've been waiting for far too long for that to happen. So we can have as many questions and as many different types of questions as we like to help us plan for our events. And we can create different types of tickets. We can do adult tickets, child tickets. We can customize these as much as we want. We've made this just as an example, a £2 adult ticket, but we've said to pay on the door. So we could set it up so that they could pay for their ticket in advance online. And they, of course, can add tickets if they want to add family members or friends, or they want to book other people in. That's absolutely fine. You can add as many tickets as you like. So here we just have to agree to the terms and conditions before we go through to the next stage, and we're going to click proceed. And here it gives us a summary of our answers that we can't wait for Liverpool to win the league. And it gives us this kind of summary of all the details that we've just done. So we're going to go ahead and confirm that. It gives us 30 minutes to confirm our details, so plenty of time to check. And here it confirms for me that I am signed up, and that I signed up on Wednesday the 17th, and it's free, the tickets. There's no need for me to pay. It could say there how much is still to pay, or any of the things that need to be followed up in the future. Here it tells me I'm unpaid on the £2 on the door. I'll also get that in an email into the My Communication tab, which I can go and check on now. Here it tells me, you see, demo event. Here's the details of me signing up for that event. So I hope that's helpful. Hope you give you an idea of how we can use events in the future to help people sign up and to share key information like dietary requirements or anything like that. We can do that all through my ChurchSuite. Hey friends, Tom here again with another demo of some of the features in my ChurchSuite. Hopefully you're getting familiar with my ChurchSuite now and starting to enjoy being able to use the different aspects of it. So once again, I'm going to share my screen with you and show you one of the other features in ChurchSuite. And we're going to go down, as we have been doing the last couple of videos, down our menu on the left-hand side or by clicking menu on your app. And we're going to go to My Podcasts and look at the podcasts section. And again, this is relatively straightforward, but again, the purpose for us is having everything in one place. So you on your phone, on your tablet, or on your computer, wherever you are, as long as you have a Wi-Fi connection, you can go to my podcast and listen to any of our previous talks. And we've just put the last 4 weeks up as we've been starting to build up a library, but we can put as many podcasts in here as we like. We can click on that podcast and it will tell you obviously the date, how long that podcast was, and we can put as much information in there about the podcast as we like. So this one just was, we begin looking at our shape by thinking about spiritual gifts, Tom McDonald from our Ashby Road location. We can click play there on the audio and it will begin playing immediately, the podcast from that week. We can also click on this button here in the top right corner, which will take us to the original file where we store it, which is using a software called SoundCloud. If you wanted to listen to it there, if you wanted to, if you have your own SoundCloud account, then you could use it in there as well if you wish. But for most of us, the great news is in the My Podcast tab in my ChurchSuite, you can now listen to and access all of our up-to-date podcasts every single week. Hey friends, and welcome to this next demo, looking at another feature in my ChurchSuite. This time we're going to look at how we are going to use ChurchSuite for prayer requests and for praise reports. So let me share my screen with you again, and hopefully we will be taken to something that is familiar to you now, which is this home screen. This is on a browser, but it would look relatively similar on your tablet or phone device. But for us, the menu is on the left here. For you on a device, it will be up in the top right corner. And we're going to look today at this prayer and praise tab in the menu. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that now. And it's going to open this external page. Again, this will happen on a tablet or phone as well. And it will take us to these two lists hosted online of current prayer requests and current praise reports. And here you can see that anybody who has clicked on that link in my ChurchSuite can add a prayer request by clicking add, or can add a praise report. So I've just added one just before filming here saying demo video finished. Also, anybody can add a comment. So I could go on there and say, well done. And it'll say, well done for finishing the demo video. Or I could go over here and click on this prayer request and say, praying for you today. And we can build different prayer requests and different praise reports. So you can add your own, or you can use these lists to help you in your own prayer as you do so at home or wherever you are. Please do note, as we've said here in the corner, this is a public forum. Anybody in our My Church Suite can see this, so only share information that you have permission to share. That's really important, that we keep people's confidentiality sacred. So you can use this section to add prayer requests, add praise reports, or to pray for others in the life of the church. And you can access that all through My Church Suite just by clicking on this link. Hello again, and welcome to this next demo about My Church Suite, showing you another feature of My Church Suite that you hopefully have on your computer or on your tablet or phone device. Let me share my screen with you again. We're going to use our menu here on the left-hand side, or if on a device up in the top right corner, to look at our next feature. And we're going to head to this section here, which is called Web Links in the menu. I'm going to click on that and it's going to open a new window for us. And again, it will do the same on your device. And here we have this really helpful list of different key links that are really important to have in the life of the church. And we can add as many of these links as we would like in the future. So sometimes if you can't remember where to go or how to find a certain website that we want you to have in the life of our church, you can go into My Church Suite, click on Web Links in the menu, and it will give you options to find all of the different places. So for example, if you wanted to go to Scunthorpe Food Bank website, you could head to Web Links, click on Scunthorpe Food Bank, and it will take you directly to their website. Equally, you could go to the Web Links and click on YouTube, and it will take you to our current YouTube page. For us at the moment, this is still Scunthorpe Baptist's page, where we are doing our Sunday services. In the future, it will be our Connect Church page, where these videos are hosted. So you can go into My Church Suite, click on the Web Links menu in the Web Links tab in the menu, and it will take you directly to this list of key links in the life of the church. Hopefully, once again, helping you by having everything all in one place.